What's up guys, Houndish here, and today it's Thursday, so that means we get Bungie's weekly update regarding Destiny 2, and it is the first one that we've had for a couple of weeks, where Bungie primarily focus on the Dawning for 2024, so as always that means a more in-depth preview of the new rewards, the weapon, armor sets for the event, and a handful of other items worth knowing about if you fancy jumping into the Dawning this year, so we'll round up everything they have to say about that, but they also have a handful of updates regarding the game in general. Next week there'll be another patch. It should include a couple of fixes that players have been waiting for a little while this episode, so that's positive, and otherwise we'll round up all of the other important things from Bungie's update. So if you guys enjoy this one, get subscribed to the channel as it really helps me reach a wider audience. But now, let's get into it. And before we touch on the Twitch specifically, a couple of updates from Bungie here, and Bungie Help said, we're investigating an issue with the emblem codes included in the Grimoire Volume 7 book, which are redeeming an unknown emblem, whereas it should be the Grimoire emblem, and they say a fix has been pushed live for those who haven't redeemed the code yet, but they're additionally in the process of fixing players who've already redeemed the code, and are targeting end of this week for the fix, if not sooner. So we've got plenty of bugs both in and out of the game at the moment, but if you've been affected by that, it's another one that Bungie will be getting fixed very soon. Keep in mind as well that Bungie have also said the team has identified the underlying issue impacting Tomb of Elders tonics and is looking to issue a fix this week, and that specifically references some tonics not giving the appropriate rewards. So I think some of them are increasing the drop chance for the wrong weapon, which as always is very useful. Otherwise, look into the patch that we'll get next week. They say issues preventing specific characters from being able to craft tonics are expected to be resolved next Tuesday, and that'll be with update 8151. And that's been a really frustrating one for folks who've been locked out of that process pretty much since the start of the episode. And so hopefully that fix will drop next week without any dramas. As always though, I'll keep you posted with the patch info next Tuesday when we get it. Next up, we move to the Twit though, and Bungie talk about the Dawning. So firstly, they say the basics of the Dawning event remain the same. It'll be snowing in several locations and in activities so that you can make and throw snowballs to slow, freeze, and shatter enemies. That's nice to know. Also, they say Evil Levante will be on hand in the tower with a mission for you so that you can learn about the ingredient gathering, Dawning essence, how to use and improve your amazing oven to bake hundreds, if not thousands of cookies. And once you know how to do so, you can go on a super-powered rampage, handing them to friends in the Sol system in exchange for Dawning gifts filled with rewards. They also say Evil will hand you a new event card to complete to earn some great rewards. The event card has everything from weapons to emblems. That's interesting. So we recommend you check out the requirements and goals. And if you want to get the most out of the event card, remember you can upgrade it to earn even more Dawning-inspired rewards. And they have an image right here showing off, I believe, some of the stuff that will be event card related, with the exception of the armor, of course, right there. And they say as a new addition to the Dawning, this year we've hidden 3 new and exclusive emblems inside a gift of return packages. They're very cool, but also very rare. So they've brought alongside it a community event that increases everyone's chances of getting them. And during the Dawning, baking a certain set of cookies starting on a given week will give you progress towards the community-wide goal, a significant drop rate increase for all 3 emblems. So they say here's a list of cookies to make on each given week. For the first week on December 10th, Galadoodles for Zavala, Bright Dusted Snowballs for Tess Everest, Star Wars Thins for Elsie Bray, and then Nia Mooncake for Nimbus. Then for week 2 from December 17th, the focus will be Traveler Donut Holes for Ikora, Classic Butter Cookies for Evil Levante, and Dark Chocolate Motes for the Drifter, with the final week starting December 24th being Vanilla Blades for Shax, Lavender Ribbon Cookies for Same 14, and Etheric Cold Snaps for Varix. And they say if we bake enough of them, we will sooner than later reach the threshold, which significantly increases the drop chances to earn the emblems. And they finally say that all 3 will drop on every week of the event. So here we go, this is a preview of the emblems with the Vanguard Mentors on them, so they're certainly a little bit different, rather curious looking things. And let us know down below if you'll be working towards trying to pick those up. Of course, they will have a low drop chance in general, but there's that community component that can increase the drop chance globally. Give us your thoughts on that. Otherwise, they say to celebrate the season with a new adaptive Void linear fusion rifle called Mistral Lift as part of the Dawning weapon offering. It can drop with the amazing Envious Arsenal and Bait and Switch combo, which is just one example of course, and they say the rest of the Dawning weapons are getting renewed perk pools as well. Avalanche with Rewind rounds will be outstanding. Zephyr has a great combo with Rhyme Stealer and Cold Steel, and Glacier Chasm will terrorize PvP with Lone Wolf and Closing Time. so there will be a few nice ones to look out for. And if you want a better look at all of the potential perk rolls for Dawning weapons, luckily we posted a video covering those today, so I'll link that one down below. Otherwise though, for this year's event, they say the Dawning will see the arrival of the new Astral Stasis Drake sets, and putting one on will see you transformed into a magical dragon that doesn't resemble an Ahamkara, but a more noble creature from those old human fantasy books that Ido is obsessed with. Maybe they'll come in handy when delivering cookies. I'm not sure if that's an actual tease for a mechanic, but they have wings, and the Astral Drake sets will be available in the in-game Eververse store for the duration of the event. And I believe these will have the standard cost, including for Bright Dust, but it will be something like 6,000 Bright Dust, so not cheap. But it's certainly a different looking set, so give us your thoughts about it and let us know if you'll be working on picking them up. Otherwise in the TWAB, and related to the Dawning, Bungie say they'll be running a fashion contest for the Dawning on social media, and as always when they do these, there are a couple of emblems that players can win if they're picked. And equally, there'll be one for players baking real Dawning cookies, so if you're into baking or making desserts, you can always make a Dawning inspired one and share it on social media with the Dawning baking hashtag. Again, all the info for that's down below. There's quite a cool emblem that can be earned for that as well potentially. So worth a mention, given that Bungie have it in the TWAB right there. And that's it for the Dawning preview from Bungie, so let us know if you'll be diving in if you do want some more details on Dawning stuff. Again, I've got a preview for the event in general, as well as the weapons, so those are linked down below. Otherwise though, Bungie offer another community armor survey. So a couple of weeks ago, they announced that they're going to start involving the community in selecting particular themes for armor sets that they might visit in the future. And basically, you can leave feedback on these sets using the hashtag D2FashionFeedback. And they're asking for players' interest in these particular themes. So this week, they refer to a biohazard soldier, armor that looks like a hazmat suit mixed with military gear and glowing radiation. There's also cyber gladiator, heroic warriors of futuristic battle arenas, cybernetic augmentation, where characters with robotic limbs or other cybernetic enhancements, and then there's Forest Guardian, inspired by woodland creatures, wooden armor, and druidic magic and masks, but also Ninja Assassin, with sleek lightweight cloth armor for stealth and deadly bladed weapons and poisons. Those are a few examples from this week, but also in this section of the TWAB, they say, the TWID, I keep calling it TWAB. Anyway, as a treat for your amazing feedback and help, they actually give us a preview of a Sparrow that's coming next year when Codename Frontiers launches. And they say right now it's part of a set that's currently called Beat Drop DJ, and let's just say that it's impossible to not dance on the seat while driving it. So a pretty strange looking thing right there, sort of neon colours and LED waveforms and kind of speakers almost. I'm not sure if that tease is referencing the fact that our Guardian will literally be animated dancing on top of it, or maybe it'll produce music or something like that, but quick preview of a Sparrow that we'll get access to in Frontiers. Keep in mind that will be dropping in the summer of 2025, so a little way off yet. Lastly though, they recognise that Sentinel Shield's super damage is doing more than intended, essentially. They're targeting a fix for mid-December for that one, so we're getting an update next week on Tuesday. Bungie have only confirmed a couple of changes, like the tonic stuff we discussed a minute ago. Otherwise, they point out that the Golden Gun and Celestial Nighthawk super regen glitch should be fixed in early December, so I assume that will be next week, otherwise it won't be early December. And otherwise, they'll be fixing the tether for hunters in Vesper's Host in mid-January. And then there's the Balador's Wrathweavers, which are still disabled. They don't confirm when we'll get a fix for that, as well as missing loot from Lost Sectors. So a few things that'll probably be kicked into 2025 realistically. But again, there is an anticipated patch for the game next Tuesday, so I guess we'll see what we get. For today, guys, that is what we have to round up for the TWID though. So as always, I hope you found this video useful. If you have, a rating below really does help us on the channel. I'll be diving in to check out the Dawning, perhaps pick up a couple of the new weapons. Otherwise though, if you've enjoyed the video, a rating really does help us out as well. And get subscribed so I can keep you posted with more Destiny content. For now though, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.